85 here today, so I don't want you to feel bad.
I don't. I love it.
Every day we start the show with a long-distance call. Yesterday it was from
New York.
Was it? It was from Amsterdam, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was an exception.
So what are you doing up there?
Not really doing anything. I'm kind of vegging out. I have to come home Thursday, so nothing happening.
No, just a lot of hills and a lot of snow and ice and cold, right?
No, it hasn't snowed. Today's the first day. There's a little, powder on the ground.
Yeah.
Not much.
There's a little powder on the ground here, too, but it's not snow.
I know.
You know Miami.
I know. My cousin was hoping I'd bring a little with me, but that's just luck.
God. Oh, well.
What did she say?
Never mind.
Was it something I should have done?
No, just...
No.
Oh, because I wasn't listening. I was reading the paper.
That's okay.
Well, I have to do a whole bunch of things all at once here, you know.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been able to hear you for 2 weeks, so I thought I'd call.
Well, you're going through your little withdrawal, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they got some exciting radio in Albany and in Troy.
There's something that's supposed to be funny called, I don't know, some kind of morning zoo up here. So.
Another morning zoo,
Yeah.
huh? Oh,
They
yeah.
even have
The
electric
stench from that
lunches.
zoo is just permeating through your radio dial.
Yeah, and they have electric lunches. It's like, it's interesting.
Unique, huh?
Yeah, well, it wasn't so bad because the other night I went to a place called Comedy Works, and they had people from ACM there, so it's kind of...
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Let's find out when that contract is up. Okay, well, listen, it's great hearing from you, and you're our first caller of the day, and we're going to put a little pin right where it belongs on the map.
Oh, thank you. Can I say hi to my dad?
Sure.
Hi, Dad. It's Andrew. Remember me?
How do you know he's listening?
He listens every day. He's on the road.
Well, we love your dad. He's a great American. Have a wonderful and a safe trip back.
Okay, thank you.
And get out of that weather.
I will.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
20 past 10 at WIOD, the only local show in America that starts the show every day with calls from around the world. Right?
Yeah,
It is frightening.
vast majority.
Now, you notice all three of the day lines are wide open. See, locally, we're not all that great, you know, but around the rest of the world, we are giant, a monster. 751 WIOD and Day. Those are the only three lines that are open. Probably something going on. They heard me say there was powder in the streets. All out running and looking for it. Time to get back. See, I guess that's one good thing, that we have to work all those gruesome holidays.
Yes.
We don't get this false sense of security. We're used to it, okay? We've been through it.
It's just a routine.
And we haven't had any busman's holiday. Of course, some of the folks in this business have been on holiday for a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting terminal, but just a quickie to let
Hey,
you
I got
know.
news for you, boy. This is the most welcome call of the day. And
Really, it's been a bad one.
That should give you some idea when I say that to you.
Oh boy. Okay, just a quickie to let you know that I just got off the phone with Imus, and he gives you the blessing to play.
Are you... What? Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to bring it in tomorrow. I don't have it here. I got it at home. But that means Freeway and Spigot return tomorrow exclusively on WIOD.
And he's got some other classics that he told me about that I'll have to tell Glenn about or whatever. But
Really?
yeah, but
What happened to Don? Did he get a change of life or something?
yeah, he was real nice.
Really?
Yeah, real nice. And, well, he just got back from vacation. You know.
Oh, yeah. You hit him at a real good time.
Real good time.
If you'd hit him another couple of weeks, boy, it'd have probably torn your face off. So listen, I understand you're going to have lots of studio time over there at that place we used to work. I hear there's nothing else going on over there, huh?
Did you get that straightened out?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So
I don't think there's any problem, John.
So I have no comment.
Yeah, I don't think there'll
Oh, in
be
other
any
words, the
problem.
less you say, the better, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I heard a little bit of their morning show this morning, and I would agree. I think their motto ought to be, the less said, the better. I'm telling you. It was great. Well, of course, you don't want to say anything because you don't want to alienate them now, right?
Well, I still have friends over there.
So do we.
Yeah.
Sure. Not too many. A couple.
So how was your New Year's? How's the weather?
Okay, have a wonderful day, John.
Okay,
And
cool.
thank you for the help.
No problem.
Bye. Johnny Dart. So we have it officially. Boy, I sure wish we had that to play today.
Yeah.
That would take care of that young jerkball that keeps calling with the Flintstones, you know? That young Johnny Jerkball that can't get himself straightened out, so to speak. He got serious problems, that kid. See, as soon as I heard his voice, I knew, because he's one of about a half a dozen. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Neil.
Yes.
I want you to know when I dialed this phone, I was a young caller.
Yep, and now you're ancient. Well, you'll fit right in with the surroundings,
I'm
sir.
checking my teeth.
Okay.
Listen, I haven't seen you old Giardinos in a long time. I haven't talked to you in 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because I'm on a diet, okay?
Okay.
Don't start with the restaurants, please.
Okay, well,
I have all these good friends that keep inviting me out to dinner and all of this other. You know, what kind of stuff is that?
Those aren't true friends.
That is correct.
They should support you.
Right.
Now, let me ask you a question. I was upset. I looked under my Christmas tree, and there was no tape of a word in Spanish from you. I figured for sure that's what I'd get from Christmas for you.
Good luck to you.
How come?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You have a copy of a work.
That is correct, and I'm keeping it.
But you could have.
Well,
made a
I'm
copy.
not. You can put a tape on during MTV or VH1 or VHS or something like that, and I'm telling you, sooner or later it'll pop up.
All right.
And the
Just wanna
video
tell you,
too.
As of except for the last couple of days, the show's been really good. That's why I felt no need.
What do you mean, except for the last couple of days? What the hell kind of a comment is that? The show was all right yesterday under the circumstances. It was fine.
Well, I'm the.
I mean, it was no Trivial Pursuit. You know.
It's kind of hard to top that. I mean, really.
Hey, I got news for you. I don't blame him for a second. If I were in his shoes, I'd have done the same thing. In fact, that's what we should have done. We should be doing that today. We got a month of Trivial Pursuit coming up.
Oh.
And we may or may not be giving away prizes.
What a disclaimer.
Well,
Anyway,
listen, have a wonderful year and all of that stuff.
Thanks, Neil.
And when I'm through with my diet, I'll see you over at Il Giordano and just pig out.
Let's go to the Strand instead.
Like I said, have a wonderful day.
Bye, Neil.
10:55. Some people out there live this vicarious existence, you know.
What a
just
call.
yeah, vicarious.
Ooh.
That's at Michael from, and I'm not really sure who he is. You know what I mean?
You're not?
Well, I mean, I know who he is, but I'm not sure I know what he does.
Yeah.
There's an open line in Palm Beach, 655-WIOD, for anybody else that cares to call. You can call that line collect if you're in Dade, Broward, Monroe, Fallujah, Lee, Polk. If you're in Polk County, man, please. We want to hear from
would
you. We
love
want to
to
know what's
hear
going
from
on
you.
at ABC Liquors.
Absolutely.
Boca, hello.
Hey, let's reminisce about Rochester.
Hey, now we're talking.
Yeah, I was going down Ridge Road the other day, you know, and I was passed by the old Loblaws.
He's not, I got news for you. He's not even getting upset because this is such an improvement over most of the calls. He's ready for this.
Well, see, he saw Phoebe Cates on Sunday, so,
Yeah.
you know, it made him pretty mellow.
She
for
was
the-
on last night, too.
She's on every
and
night.
Oh,
It's
is
Phoebe
she?
Cates week.
It's Phoebe Cates week.
Well, I like her.
In the Bird's house, every night is Phoebe Cates night.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah,
All
she looks good for a boy.
Well,
She looks like a boy with boobs, basically, is what she looks
You're
like.
nuts.
Oh, she does.
Mine.
to each his own, though, you know. You never know.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Well, you know, I was going down to Charlotte the other day, like I was telling you, and the lake was, like, frozen over, you know.
Yeah.
And I went by Don and Bob's, and I immediately thought of you, so I went in there and ate a few hamburgers, and...
Now, can I reach the off button from here? I think we're going to find out today.
Like I said, he's starting to get really
that
upset.
Terminal Johnny Dark. Jeez.
Now, come on, Johnny did us a great pubic service,
You're
man.
nuts,
I
man.
thought Don Cox was Terminal.
But when we
Boy.
get to play Freeway and Spigot tomorrow, thanks to Don Imus's permission via Johnny Dark, believe me, you'll thank us.
All right, well, I'll have the tape on.
It's a funny bit.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Mercifully short.
Wow. Oh, God. I think this audience they're burned out. You heard about hosts becoming burned out? I think the audience is totally burned out. It took us, 8 weeks? 9? Hap called collect from Homestead, and we didn't accept it. Good work. Excellent. He called collect? Boy, is he dreaming. He not only steals everybody's cars and radios, he steals the phone calls, too, huh? Okay, we got one in Miami here. Hello.
Neil,
Yeah,
how you doing?
good.
What's going on, Bird?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, not much.
Yeah.
Listen,
What's happening?
How
you doing?
Good.
What's doing?
How's life treating you?
Real good. I was
Okay.
gonna ask you something.
Just kind of hanging?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to have any comment about that one. Let me ask you something about Perry Mutual.
Perry, I know him.
Perry, you know him,
Mhm.
huh?
Her brother to Perry Mason, yeah, Perry Mutual.
Perry Mutual.
What do you want to know, sir?
Why don't you like highlights?
Why don't I like it?
Yeah.
Because it's okay to watch as a spectator sport, but as far as going to bet on it, I'm not into it.
But you were saying something about numbers. I mean, you can handicap.
But I'm not. No, you can't.
Well, it all depends. You got some good players down in
The
here.
people that win at Highlight are people who just play numbers, and usually the ones that play high numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
And what happened with the track? You don't like, you go down to Pompano now. You don't go to Gulfstream. I mean, not Gulfstream.
Calder.
Calder.
Calder closes Saturday, by the way. Yeah, I go to Calder. I was there the other day.
Yeah, but you like the ponies over at Pompano a little better now.
The
huh?
ponies. I've always liked harness racing better, sir. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Well,
But
this
the
is
only
a
bad thing
great
is your horse is in the lead. All of a sudden, it dies out, and you're way in the back. I mean, you lose out.
And that never happens in thoroughbred racing, right? Horse that takes the lead always wins. Is that it?
No. Right. Especially at Tropical here, you never know here what's going on.
Yeah, well, it obviously sounds like you're an astute player, so I'd get out there and plunge my brains out. In fact, I think you ought to call up Hank. He'll give you some real good winners on the bowl games for next year, okay? He'll fix you up just like he fixed Steve yesterday, all right? You know that Hank, he's a sadist at heart, and once in a while he has a bad day, so he likes to fix everybody else, so they share it, you know? Misery loves company. Open line in Dade, where that parimutuel genius just hung up, at 751-9463. Boy, seriously, you talk about a town that is burnt out. Probably too much excitement over the holidays. No, seriously, too much excitement. Maybe we ought to hold off on Freeway and Spigot for a couple of weeks till they get on their better behavior.
I understand. Okay? Some real happy people we heard from this hour, boy. Real well-adjusted.
Yeah, like this guy. Well, no, you can always tell the ones who lost a bet, had a bad day at the track. Those are always the ones that bellyache. I know I'm probably going to lose, okay? When I leave the house, I know I'm probably going to come home lighter. My wallet's going to be a lot lighter than it was when I left. And that's okay. And if it's a miracle that happens and that doesn't turn out, or if I even break even, I feel like $1 million, okay? Be that as it may, Henry Barrow is back with some more exciting WIOD news with some murders and rapes and drug deals and stuff like that. The usual run-of-the-mill stuff. And we'll come back at 11:05. The Sun-Sentinel TV book. And I thought it was so bizarre that I thought he had to be making it up, and it was an extraordinarily poor taste. Now, Tom Jicka is going to be on tomorrow, okay? The first thing I'm going to tell Tom is they got a lot of work to do over there at the Sun-Sentinel, man, in cleaning up their act. They are so out of touch with reality.
Yes.
And one of the things that really bugs me about them is they are so Palm Beach County intensive. If they had any balls over there, man, they'd start distributing that thing, at least in North Dade, and they'd give the Herald a run for their money, especially now that the news is gone. And they would start concentrating on Dade and Broward. There's nothing going on in Palm Beach. And in their radio listings, they're always Palm Beach intensive. They've always got all these stations that you can barely hear even in Palm Beach, all right? Now, listen to this. Here are the radio highlights. I want you to listen carefully for today. And if you want to follow along, those of you unfortunate enough to have this paper today, page 6D, so you know I'm not making it up on the TV page. Radio highlights. Adventures in Good Music, 12:10 p.m., WXEL. Winter Estate and Financial Planning Institute, Financial News and Talk, 6:30 p.m., WSBR, AM 740. That's Boca. Chicago Symphony Orchestra, WTMI and WXEL. Lee Fowler, Edwin Newman, former NBC newsman, discussion of the English language, current news and other matters, 4 p.m., WJNO. The John Broward Show. A well-known conservative, John brings rational and intelligent thinking from a conservative point of view on political and national issues, 1 to 3 p.m., WPBR AM 1340. Ladies and gentlemen, John died about 6-7 months ago.
That's horrible.
Horrible isn't the word for it, okay? I mean, it's one thing when they've got, on Friday, what were we supposed to have? The news had that thing in with the Creole music that we were supposed to play, 6:10 a.m. This is the most grotesque, inept. This would be like having the Alan Courtney show on WIOD tonight.
That's right. 6 p.m.
By the way, Alan will be on at 10. No, I mean, this is garbage, okay?
Really is.
Man has been dead for 6 or 7 months. And they put this thing in here with a long, not just the name, but with a long blurb. Oh, God.
Jeez.
Wait till Jicka gets here tomorrow, boy. I'm never going to let him hear the last of this. They've got to clean up that whole deal over there. Okay?
Oh, my, that's inexcusable.
Is that incredible? I'm saving that. I'm going to clip it out and save it. It is one of the most embarrassing things. I know they're a little bit behind over there at the Sun-Sentinel, but this is carrying it a little bit far, don't you think? And don't forget, Fred Allen will be on tonight, live on WIOD at 9:30, just before the Alan Courtney program. God. And Alan's topic tonight, what does it mean to be an American? Oh, God. Okay, let's just start this hour appropriately enough in Davie. Hello.
Neil.
Yes.
Neil, I got a good story for you from one of our Sunrise beauties living in Davie. They have a discount pharmacy place up on University Drive, not to mention names. I'm sure you must know the one I'm talking about. And I go in there and purchase some shaving items and other items that I need, and among which was, because of the holidays, I bought a package of laxatives, a little box with...
yeah, for the holidays. That's really what I get. Holidays, yeah.
Yeah,
keep me on the go during the holidays, yeah.
So inside the little box, they have...
Tissue bulb especially. I buy 2 boxes of tissue bulb.
They got 2...
And poor man, look out. Those Hummintosh will bind you up like crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Especially the
work
prune
other way
poppy
around.
seed, or the prune hummingbird.
They work the other way around.
Yeah.
If I had that, I wouldn't have had to go up to Sunrise.
Yeah.
But at any rate, they sell these products up there with similar boxes, but inside, the boxes can be opened. Nevertheless, I purchased the higher priced item.
Of course, yeah.
I
The
get
high
home,
price spread.
and you think that sugar and sweet and low thing is something, but they actually do. When I got home, I opened up the box. They actually went through the trouble of taking the cheaper item, putting it in the more expensive box, closing it back, go to the cashier. Of course, the cashier doesn't check on the inside, just sees the outside of the label. And here it is, I wind up with the cheaper product, and these people absolutely, they're ridiculous. I mean, they're purchasing, they get away with that continuously. The stores and the people should be warned that if they go to...
make sure you check out your X-Lax box, okay? Because it could be a Hershey bar or something in there, all right? What a call. Yeah, these people should be warned. Yeah, around holidays, I generally run over to Eckerd's and I load up, man, on all that stuff. I get some extra kaopectate, and it's 11 past 11 at WIOD. We have an open line in Broward, 524-9463. We ought to invite that gentleman to tune in to WPBR at 1 o'clock this afternoon for that show. Oh, God. Now I'm beginning to understand why they put that stuff in here, okay? Kendall, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Terrific.
Glenn?
Yes.
Started out terrific, and now I think comatose is the answer.
I was at Glenn's favorite eatery last night.
The S&S Diner.
No.
How's A.J. Dewey doing?
No, this was the famous Thai restaurant.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And I think...
Now, wait a minute. Let's clarify. We're not talking about Siam's Doll, which is our sponsor and good friends. We're talking about down in Kendall.
Exactly.
By my house.
By his house.
Thai Orchid.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a feeling that maybe Glenn doesn't go there for necessarily the food.
Oh, yes. That's a factor, no question.
But I think that the waitresses there are probably a little bit appealing to Glenn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, South Florida Magazine, Thai Orchid won, I think, 2 years in a row Best Thai Food in South Florida in the poll in South Florida Magazine. And they put in there one time, you eat on, hand-painted plates and all that.
Ah, yes.
And it said in there, the waitresses look like contestants in the Miss Thailand contest. Now, I believe you would agree with that, wouldn't you?
She was attractive.
Uh-huh. Cute, maybe.
Well, I'm not a connoisseur of
I
Thai
saw a couple of boobs when I was in there.
Anyhow, I was in there, and I had the famous fish and squid.
Uh-huh. How was it?
Well, I wasn't sure what squid tasted like. It was mixed up with everything else, but I think I discerned the squid as being rather sweet. Would that be correct? I'm sure you've had it.
I think so.
Squid? Not
Sweet.
for this kid. No, I'll pass on.
Although I don't eat that regularly.
Yeah, well, I don't either.
Well,
But
maybe if you don't eat it regularly, maybe you could follow that last guy to the drugstore, and you get the more expensive product in the cheaper box.
Anyhow, I just wanted to say that I was over there at Glenn's place, and it's not
Glenn's Place. Yeah, I think they do better business if they change the name to Glenn's Place. Yeah.
Glenn's Thai Orchid.
Yeah.
And, Neil, you're going to be at the track for the Tropical Park Derby. That's the operative question.
No.
No? Okay.
That's Saturday, right?
Exactly.
Well, I might be. I shouldn't say no. It's possible.
Closing day.
Closing day Saturday, and then Gulfstream opens on Sunday.
Exactly. Also, the famous Tom Jicka was on CNN already.
Really?
Yes, as a critic, radio TV critic, and he was explaining the multiple changes down here in South Florida for the nation on CNN.
Oh, it's funny you should mention that, because we have two topics primarily we're going to discuss with Tom tomorrow. Multiple changes and multiple orgasms are going to be our two topics, and it ought to be fantastic.
And one other thing here, I was watching our new independent station, Channel 7.
Yeah.
And I was watching something on the Inside Story. Apparently, I don't know if it's a new show or what, but I think tonight they're probing, and this is not a joke. They said that, like a new concern in South Florida, but it's not yet illegal here, midget throwing.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And they actually show like a little midget, and they grab them with the little buckles, and they throw them.
I like the segment with Hervé Villachez. I like that one. They throw them off the boat. That's my favorite.
I swear, I'm not making this up. I thought it was like a joke, but they actually showed some guys. They showed some people are very concerned about these people being thrown
Oh, yeah,
around.
dwarf tossing.
Dwarf
Roger
tossing.
put a thing. He said the GTR did a show there.
Yes.
Well, apparently it's true.
And they threw Bob Mayer right off the set. That's why Mike Spindell went out of town last weekend.
Gentlemen, have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So big boobs at Thai Orchid, huh? That's what the thing is there. I knew there had to be something.
No.
Yeah.
These are Oriental women.
What are you saying? Oriental women don't have big boobs? Maybe you ought to take a poll on that. Do Oriental women have big boobs?
They do. I think.
In fact, Orientals generally tend to have small everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too graphic, but they really do. I don't know what that's all about.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Small.
Yeah. Nice.
Everything. It's nice, but small.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't think Oriental women, like, have their breasts
You don't think
large.
it has anything to do, like the Japanese, you don't think it has anything to do with the bombs that we drop? Kind of like a genetic thing?
They don't seem to have the, the breast enlargements, those implants and stuff. You don't see that on
So in other words,
Oriental
it's for
women.
real.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah.
So when you go to Thai Orchid and you sink your teeth into that Oriental stuff, you know it's the real thing. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yes.
11:15 at WIOD as the worm starts to turn here today. I just get a feeling that we're finally on the road to success. Miami, hello.
Buenos dias, Neil.
Hey, amigo.
¿Qué pasa?
¿Cómo está? Yeah.
Happy New Year.
And the same to you.
How you doing, Bird?
Great.
I agree with you. Those Oriental ladies are fantastic.
Aren't they?
Nice, lean, firm,
Exactly. This man knows.
And fully packed. Yeah.
Someone who knows.
Yeah, Oriental people, I will say this, are very emotional people. I mean, boy, they just go nuts, you know?
Well, it's
I don't want to say that from personal experience, but they just go crazy.
there is a fine point to everything.
Yeah.
Listen, I am planning my vacation, and I'd like to see what you think of this. I'm going to Honolulu,
Great.
Hawaii, Maui, and Waikiki.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I am going to go to Sydney, Australia.
Wow.
I'm going to be in Sydney for 10 days.
You're going to need a vacation after this trip. You know that. Do you know how far it is to Australia?
It's beautiful.
Is it?
Gotta be gorgeous. From there, I am going to Singapore.
Yeah.
Heavens, this is a year-long trip?
It's about 45 days.
Yeah.
45 days. That's my kind of
Lord.
vacation.
I am really going to enjoy
I'm
this.
starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Right after we play Freeway and Spigot, then I'm coming out for 45 days.
You got it. I'm supposed to leave on the 24th of February, and then who the hell knows when I'm coming back?
Well, how do you get 45 days off? Are you self-employed?
Yes, I am.
Boy, that's the way to do it. This working for other people, man, really sucks. You
As
know
a
it?
matter of fact, I have my own travel agency, so I can
Fantastic.
do this.
Oh, yeah, so you're probably getting it dirt cheap.
That's it. Very dirt cheap.
So you're going to be over there with those Orientals. Is that what you're trying to tell us? That's probably what inspired this call.
I am going to enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah.
Every minute of it. Listen, something happened to me yesterday down, I'm driving down Biscayne Boulevard.
Oh, yeah, one of these
left-hand
guys,
lane. Oh, my God. And right beside me, there's this big old car, Cadillac.
Of
All of
course.
a sudden, they go ahead and decide to go to the left-hand lane, drive at 10 miles an hour. I look at the license plate, guess from where?
Not Canada.
Ontario.
Oh, yeah. I got news for you. The Ontario plates are just as deadly as the Quebec ones this year. I don't know what it is.
Oh, my God, it was deadly.
All the live people from Ontario are up there watching hockey games. The dead ones came down here this year.
I almost had to stop the car, and absolutely, I mean, it was just the asshole
So to speak, yeah.
would be perfect for them.
Mhm.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah, it's coming up right after the break.
Just a suggestion.
Because it's nice and long. It's about 3.5 minutes.
That's fantastic, fantastic. All right, Neil.
Well, listen, well, you'll be calling us before you go on that trip.
Oh, I certainly
That's
will.
the end of February.
I certainly will.
Just keep us in mind, okay? You can call us from some of those points along the way. Call us collect, and we'll stick a bunch of pins.
You got it.
On the map, too.
You got it.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
This is the real Barbara Capitman.
Hold tonight.
Well, I redeemed myself after that little faux pas yesterday with the noodles. Well, I got shook up. You hear his voice and you get hysterical, right? It's 11:27 at WIOD. We're just reminiscing about some of the old eating binges with Fat Rich over at Zeta.
Boy, those were the days.
Those were
weren't
the
they?
real days, okay? And when I lose all of this weight, and I know, Linda, don't get hysterical. I'm not going to go crazy and gain it back. But just once in a while, for old time's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tessio says in The Godfather, can you help me out, Tom, for old time's sake? Can't do it, Sally. And they take him in the car and they kill him, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
Hey, Bird, I heard you reminiscing about Pasco County.
Yeah, one of our favorites. Where the median age is 106.
No, it's not. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
No, seriously, Bird, have you?
Sure.
Dade City, Zephyr Hills,
Oh, yeah, I grew up in that neck of the woods.
St. Leo College, I went there.
Did you?
You
Great.
You missed the whole town.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We've all been through there
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, the whole town's about a block long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway.
You ever been to Bartow?
Oh, yeah. I like those little strip shopping centers, and they got every fast food place that's been invented in Bartow. I think they even got Steak and Shake over there, and Crystal.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, I deliver flowers. I was down in Allendale. I double parked to make it left the...
You said, holy cow.
Yeah, okay.
I had to make a little adjustment to that comment, yeah.
Holy cow, I must have left the car neutral. So I run downstairs, and I get around to the van, and there's a little guy driving. I say, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, you blocked me, and he comes down. He's about 5'2". He's a French Canadian. He's moving my van because I blocked him in. Couldn't believe it.
He was moving it?
Yeah, he decided to move it himself.
I would have moved him.
Yeah, I got pretty upset about it. You know,
I wouldn't have keyed his van. I'd have just, or his car. I'd have keyed him.
Yeah. Boy, it was pretty intense because, you know, you thought someone stealing your van or whatnot.
Well, you know he had something critical to do, like he was in a gigantic hurry, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known. Well, anyway.
Just remember one great thing, okay? Before you know it, it'll be April and they'll all be gone, okay?
Yes.
If we can just survive a couple of months, they'll all be gone.
Yeah, well, anyway, I just want to call Bill, my boss, who's out getting flowers for the shop. I'm sitting here waiting for flowers.
Yeah, he's a douchebag, by the way.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Trust me.
Yeah, top notch.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Don't run into those French Canadians now unless you're in the vehicle, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them off the road.
Okay.
One at a time.
Especially in Hallandale.
Yeah.
All right.
The worst. Bye.
29 past 11 at WIOD. We have an open line in Broward. Hey, look at that. It's ringing. But just as it started ringing, the Boca line went out. I like this today. This is kind of fun. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. They're all over the place. Both of those Palm Beach lines are open. We just mentioned that in passing in case there are any sickos who want to call in. They can call us collect on Palm Beach in Boca, 278-WIOD. And a Palm Beach line, which has really been dormant today, boy. I told Mitch yesterday, I said, let's get a campaign to get it out of there. It's costing us a lot of money. And they're just a bunch of old, dead farts up there in Palm Beach. 655-WIOD. Now, you should have seen this line in the top of the park dining room at Pompano last night.
Well, it was free, right?
Oh, yeah, no cover charge, and they get, oh, man. Of course, the food wasn't free. I hope they understood that.
Well.
Moving right along, let's go to beautiful Wilton Manor. Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Buenos dias.
This is Truman Capote from Friday's show.
It's Truman.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, Harry?
You're talking about sickos and board ops, about Kyle throwing the phone across the room. You guys had a lot of board ops?
Have we had a lot of them?
Yeah.
Not really, no. Basically, 3 or 4.
Okay. Well, are you listening to Dave on Zeta when you guys, when he was...
I mean, I had a lot of them at W Snooze. We used to have a different board op every day, practically.
Well, these guys, don't they work incredibly long hours? Like they'll work 2 or 3 shows?
Yeah, ask Roger if they work incredibly long hours. Yeah. He's putting in a marathon today.
Is he? I can imagine the phone calls he's receiving. I mean, the ones that get on the air, but let alone the ones that don't get on the air.
Yeah, that's why he loves this show.
Yeah. Does he go home and kick his cat or anything? Does he
no, he brings the cat in here and kicks it around during the show.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, he must have some type of way to vent his aggression.
Oh, he does. He does the Ranieri show every morning.
Okay, well, it's short and sweet. Good day.
Good day? Excellent. Good calls now all of a sudden. Man, we're getting some people don't have much to say, but at least they sound like they're under the age of 200, and they know their place, okay? They don't think they're geniuses and got a lot to say. We don't have a news break coming up. I feel like a fish out of water, you know what I'm saying?
You can be all right.
I'm not complaining or anything, but we're just going to zip right on through. We have a little break there, but...
What happened?
Boy, that's refreshing, okay? Let's get that Boca line lit up here. Come on. Let's get all 8 lines at once today. I think that would be a first, okay, for the day.
You would?
Been pretty ponderous today, man. You folks out there, I hate to break the news to you, but sooner or later, all of that stuff was going to end, okay? It all had to come to a screeching halt, and you had to go back and face the real world. I know you can't deal with it. I know you get a little bit hysterical and hyper, but it's all over, folks. Put away all the wrapping paper and all the Hanukkah bush and the Christmas tree and all that good stuff. It's all over.
They're not happy.
No, they're not happy campers today because all their fun and games are finished now, and it's back to the real drudgery. And to top it all off, of course, we got all these snowbirds down here now, and all the French Canadians, and all these other good people are getting everybody's way. See, I don't believe in discouraging tourists. We like real living and breathing tourists who bring a lot of money and want to spend it and want to keep out everybody's way and have a great time. That's fine. But we don't get too many of those. Basically, what we get are just more blue-hairs who are here to get in everybody's way and to stand on line. What are you, just a little nudnik in Boca? Yeah. Yeah, mark my words, that call will never materialize.
I guess not.
And there's nothing worse than, leading somebody on and then leaving them hanging like that. Okay, I think what Lee did, he just chickened out.
I do too.
Didn't have the balls to really go through with it, okay? 11:33 at WIOD. Every line is lit like a Hanukkah bush. Let's take a picture of the phone because I don't think it's going to last too long. We got a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
Uncle Man, Mr. Bird, good morning.
Yeah.
When's Shavuos coming?
What?
When's Shavuos, the next big holiday?
June, sir. June 9th.
June 9th?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I bet you didn't think I knew when Shavuos was, okay?
Is it really June 9th?
When you're as religious as I am, sir, you know when all the holy days are, okay?
You're pretty religious. Really, can I talk to you for a second?
What?
Can I talk to you for a second?
He wants to talk directly to you.
Oh, sure.
Good.
This means it's going to be about Oriental women and boobs.
That's what I want to talk about, Oriental women and boobs.
Go ahead.
Good. Where's that restaurant with the Oriental people with big boobs?
Well, you guys are so desperate. I'd be embarrassed to humiliate. I mean, there are people who hear your voice, they know who you are, and they're saying, this guy is really desperate. He's going to drive all the way down to Kendall just to see some Oriental boobs,
I've never seen an Oriental lady with big boobs. They're usually pretty small endowed.
That's what it is.
I told you, Oriental people, men and women, are not well endowed, okay?
We didn't say that was there. We said they're small. They're normal.
They're normal, but they're very good-looking women?
Like,
oh, yeah.
Sir, like raisins, okay?
but they're beautiful.
Like raisinets.
Raisinets?
Mm-hmm.
But, they say anything over mouthful is wasted. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're real cute waitresses, no question.
No, they really are.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. They're adorable.
Okay,
How do you like to take home and keep for a pet?
Are you going to be all right?
You guys have a very happy New Year.
And the same to you, sir.
Okay. What a call.
Guy sounded pretty happy, like he just discovered something that might give his life a little hope. Hello.
Hello, I've got some additional information on those radio programs you read about earlier.
Go ahead.
Now, Neil, you make them seem worse than they are by not reading the entire story. I have the Total Entertainment Program Guide here. What that is, it's a series of special radio interviews called Dead on the Air.
Mm-hmm.
And it's people near death and beyond conduct exciting radio interviews of people who are nearly alive.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wish we'd get some of those calling in today.
And
nearly alive.
I think I deserve a lot of credit for having the courage to stick my neck out this far and reading this program.
How far is it out, sir? I think maybe you ought to go back in your show a little
bit. This is 3.7. It's a 3.7 out right now.
3.7. That was our share in the last trend.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, there's some connection between how far I stick my neck out, an anonymous caller, and your ratings.
Well, you better get ready to stick it out a little further because a new book will be out next week, I think.
It will. Does your pay go up when the ratings go up?
Oh, absolutely. They give me in fact, they bring a bucket load of pennies in.
Canadian pennies.
They can't afford for my pay to go up, sir. Trust me.
Okay.
That's why they had to close the news down so they could pay us on the show.
I made a mistake. I didn't go up north for the holidays. Big mistake.
Why?
Everybody here. I mean, the most exciting thing that happened down here, aside from the football game, was that the radio or the TV station switched from AC to DC.
Hey, I got news for you, man. That was pretty heavy duty for these people here.
Wow.
They can't handle the pressure of that. That's why they're crumbling.
Wow.
It's going to take many weeks for them to get their lives back together again.
The programs look very similar to the programs they were using before they changed the numbers. So.
By the way, speaking of TV.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about the fact that the networks are now getting as racy as they can, and they're getting rid of a lot of their standards and practices, people. Saturday Night Live, Saturday night. In fact, that was right at the time when it was around New Year's, and I heard 2 firecrackers go off in the neighborhood. That was the big excitement in my part of town. And they had a segment on there, Matthew Broderick and a whole bunch of guys standing behind a wooden wall, naked, or at least supposedly naked, and they kept saying, penis. Over and over and over. They were singing a song, and they were singing penis.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
And it's like the networks are now saying, hey, we got news for you. Whatever they're doing on cable, we're gonna do it right here, okay? Because we're desperate, and we need to bring the viewers back, and that's what the public wants. And I can remember when we were on Zeta, that was one of the words that if we said penis or vagina on the air, the general manager would go to the top of the flagpole and impale himself. That's how hysterical he would get over that.
Yeah, in symbolic gesture.
Yes.
The 2 words.
Right, exactly. You hit it on the head, if I can say that.
Well, speaking of that, I wonder why WSVN is running 2-hour movies. In other words, why don't they run uncut movies and pretend that there's an audience of adults down here?
Oh, they're not running uncut?
Well, they all last 2 hours. I happen to.
You think with a heavy Latin audience down here, they'd run uncut?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like
if you know what I mean, sir.
All those movies couldn't be exactly 2 hours less commercials, could they?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's give the censors something to work on before.
Channel 29 is still. No, let's not do that, sir. But have a nice day. We have an open line. Oh, no, not today. 751 WIOD in Dade. That's where that opening is. If you move real quickly, we started out slow. We're building toward a crescendo of The Walking Dead. 18 till noon, and let's go to Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
What's happening, Neil?
Hey, a living voice in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, Bird?
Great. Don't let Bob Cox hear this call, sir.
No way.
He may be on the next bus out of town.
Hey, anyways, I wanted to call and tell these people that were cutting on you Friday on Steve's show that they got their head up their ass. I mean, they're crazy. They just had no respect for you.
What was it? I didn't hear that.
These people just were saying how they were so intellectual, and intellectual people wouldn't listen to you.
Oh, yeah, right.
And
yeah, the intellectual people, of course, all discuss the heavy, heavy issues, okay?
Yeah. Well, anyways, I know you love fraternities so much, and I'm from a fraternity in Gainesville down for the holidays, and I thought I'd give you a buzz, and I want to tell you a little story real quick.
You don't know Alan Dresner, do you?
Nah.
Oh, boy, are you lucky. Okay.
Well, in my family, we have 3 real brothers, and we're all in the same frat up there.
Mm-hmm. What goes on in those fraternity houses, sir?
Let me
I'm
tell you a
curious.
little.
What's going on in there?
And I have 3 brothers, and the female vagina, we're going to refer to it as bush, because that's just very degrading to women. Do you think, or calling
well,
it
if you mean it that way,
yes,
I mean, if you're one of those
I refer
sexist
to him as
kids.
bush,
Mm-hmm.
and bush is bush. Anyways, I have one brother.
That's what I said during the election, but people wouldn't believe me. I told them Bush was Bush, but they wouldn't go along with it.
Bush is the word for the day. Anyways, there's one brother, he's addicted to bush, like someone would be addicted to crack, and he has to have it 2-3 times a day. It's not enough for our other fraternity brothers to get it once a day, but he has to have it 2-3 times a day, and he shakes when he doesn't get it. And he's so sick, sometimes, when we're at home now, he tells my other brother that he climbs into my parents' bedroom when they're sleeping.
144 at WIOD, and you can tell this guy, he knows Alan, trust me.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Friend. Very close, I would say. These kids today, boy.
And the best part of it is his brother is 72. That's the incredible part. Okay, there's an open line in Broward where we just hung up, and I do mean hung up, at 5. There it goes. It's ringing already. Boy, this guy. Aren't they back? Didn't they go back to Gainesville yet, and all the college kids go back?
Not quite.
No?
No, we got to stick it out.
All regular school kids went back.
Today. But college is always like a week later.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Just kind of like an extra bonus for us, huh?
Yeah.
Miami, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yep.
When you started talking about those Oriental women, I definitely had to call.
Did you? Yeah. This is probably related to the last call, yeah.
Glenn doesn't know what he's talking about. They are definitely not well endowed.
That's what I said, sir.
I know. I used to work over there. I was laying ties on the railroad.
But that's what I said.
Wait a minute, sir. You were laying ties?
On the railroad, yeah.
That's kind of a strange place to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of rough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
especially when the 4 o'clock special would come along.
Yeah, what I really called about was about the lotto. Remember when you were talking about last week? You had that one. They had that woman on the show and about the lottery and all.
Oh, you don't mean Rebecca Paul, do you?
Oh, yeah. And then when you're saying about having a certain amount of winners winning and everything, it's funny how nobody picks any winners for like 3 weeks, and then when it gets up to 27 million, 5 people win it.
Yeah, and especially with those weird numbers, boy. That was the weirdest bunch of numbers.
It's ridiculous.
Something very strange going on with Rebecca, you know?
I think they have to pay less money out when they have more winners at one time. Like, they don't have to pay, like, if they have one big winner, they have to pay more money at one time. But when they have 5 winners, they don't have to pay.
We should have checked out and seen how Rebecca's wardrobe is doing these days.
Yeah, I bet you.
It's just an ugly rumor, but rumor has it that she bought Imelda Marco's shoe wardrobe.
Yeah, maybe she's investing with Tammy and
Jim, yeah.
Jim Baker over there.
In fact, she changed her shoes 4 times during the Ranieri show that morning.
Anyway, I'd like to say something to one of my friends, Mike. He's a douchebag.
Was that Mike that just called a minute ago that we had a dump?
No, it is my girlfirl's brother, Mike.
Oh, yeah, he is. You're right.
He's a real douchebag.
Mm-hmm. And tell him to mind his own business, okay? I understand he's a little voyeuristic, hides in the trunk.
Yeah. Okay, thanks
I get even with him. I just lock him in there, okay? That'll solve his problem.
Yeah, I better go get him out.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot.
11:47 at WIOD. The show is picking up steam now, man. Every pervert in town's getting on the phone since you started talking about those Oriental boobs.
I can't believe he said I didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, he didn't listen to your response.
Obviously,
he made up his mind, and that was
he said, I have no idea what I'm talking about. He says exactly what I said.
I mean, anybody that's into Phoebe Cates and Jamie Lee Curtis, what does that tell you? That should tell you everything you need to know.
What does that tell you?
We have an open line at Dade, is what it tells me. 7-5. Yeah, Johnny, how you doing? And this Johnny Depp?
No, this isn't Johnny Depp.
Oh, okay.
I think I know where he lives, though.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah. No, I think I know Alan Dresler. Up at Gainesville. I go to Gainesville also.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Well, isn't he like a tep up there or something?
I don't know what he is. A schlep, I think, is the word you're looking for. Now, he's okay. He's just going through change of life.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I've called you.
Really?
Yeah.
But a long-time listener, right?
Yeah.
For at least a week or two.
Well, maybe 3.
Yeah.
No, but I had a story to tell you about, like, all the blue hairs down here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working at Walden Books since I came home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, and this lady comes in, and she goes, I'd like to buy a really nice gift for my, like my nephew or something like that. And she goes, I'd like to buy a hardback book, but I don't want to spend $5 or anything.
Yeah, something for about $2.99.
Yeah, I know. And
like the Vanna White story, the one with the blank pages in it?
Yeah, it was like I didn't know what to suggest to her. It was like, oh,
wait a minute, sir. Can I interrupt you for a moment?
Yeah.
We have a major crisis that has just developed. We have food that has just arrived from the Armadillo Cafe.
Oh, and
now I'm going to tell you, I have no resistance on this. I just, I may just touch a little bit of it. Okay, may not eat it. I'm just going to touch it. You know how that is, sir, don't you?
Yeah.
There's certain things in life that you can touch, but you can't necessarily eat. You know what I mean?
You can just kind of breathe in the fumes.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
How come they never?
So when do you guys go back?
Yeah, in like about a week.
In a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, one great thing about going to college, you only go like, a few days at a time, and then you get like a 20-day break, and then you go another few days, and that's the way it ought to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was looking at a list of national holidays, and I got a planner for Christmas and whatever.
Yeah.
And they have a national holiday like every 8 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, especially in Gainesville. They got a lot of, like, clannish holidays up in Gainesville.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to call and say hi. I've been listening to you for a while.
Yeah.
And I wanted to come to that Camilla's house thing you had over at Zeta, and I was going, well, I'll have another one. He's going to be there forever. And then...
Oh, at Zeta?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say he's going to be there forever on that one, unless you're some kind of sadist.
Yeah, but are you going to have anything like that, you think, again, maybe, with WIOD or...
Probably.
Yeah.
Now that all the holidays are out of the way, we're taking a show on the road.
Yeah.
Albany, Schenectady, Gainesville. Maybe we'll do a show up in Gainesville one day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, especially if we can keep Alan off the show. Well, listen, if you see Alan, tell him hi and tell him call us again next year, okay?
Okay.
Okay, have a good one.
Bye.
11:54.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question for the bird.
Yeah.
Bird, you there?
Yes, sir.
I've been listening for a long time, but you never really talked about how come you call the bird. Why exactly you call the bird? You look like a bird.
Sir, have you ever seen... Excellent call, sir.
Now I see the purpose.
Yeah. 11:57 at WIOD. It's too bad those don't get on the air. It's really a shame. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. Two open lines are both in Dade, 751-9463, especially when they come from people, associated with other stations in the market. It's kind of embarrassing. Somebody might recognize the voice.
Right.
Mobile in Broward. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy, sir. It sounds like you're still celebrating.
You shouldn't know from it. Let me ask you, how did your Camilla's house go?
Great.
Yeah? You collected money with that? Are you still doing that, or that's over?
It's over, sir.
That's it?
Yeah.
I can't write you a check?
You can write me a check for all you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do that.
Okay, go ahead. 11:57 at WIOD. We're down to a precious few now, man. I know that noon is coming in the news and lunchtime, and this has been a brutal day. It really has. This audience has really let us down today. It's gone like in fits and starts. Mostly fits, as they say next door. But we're doing okay. We're hanging in there. We got like a couple of calls still on there. 4. It's not too exciting. We'll read the highlights again from the Sun-Sentinel from the radio page. Maybe you can pick something else you like Adventures in Good Music is coming up at 12:10 on WXEL 90.7 on your FM dial.
How can we compete with that?
Yeah, we can't compete with that stuff. And probably Sandy's got the dentist on today,
May explain a lot.
Mm-hmm. She's got the pet dentist on today. Did you know? It sure sounds like it.
Oh, your voice changes from when you go on the phone to when I'm put on hold.
I know. That's a little game that we play here to keep all the callers off balance.
Well, I just wanted to tell you, Neil, I'm a first-time caller, but I've been listening to you for about 16 years, which is kind of weird because I'm 21. My father turned me on to you, and ever since I've been...
I'll tell you what's even weirder than that. I've only been here 13 years, so that makes it even more extraordinary.
Maybe it's the effect.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lifetime to me. It seems like about 40, 50 years.
I just want to tell you, when you were back at the other station, you were polling to find out what people did after your radio program. Well, not all the people that listen to you are 75, 80 years old. There are some of us that are younger that do appreciate you. We're the more mature crowd, the kids of the 90s, I guess you might call us.
Yeah, how old are you? Did you say 21?
21.
That's what I thought you said.
And I just want to tell you that you appeal to all ages, and that's something that's hard to find in this type of...
Yeah, kind of like Tubby Boots.
Well, if you insist.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing a great job.
Well, you're right.
Well, that's what they pay you for.
Right.
and the bird's pretty quiet, but
Yeah, he's been very quiet today, you're right.
at
I've
least he
noticed
hasn't
that.
been surly because he's had an attack of that the past couple of weeks. But
Yeah, well, he's getting over that. He's recuperating now, just like everybody else, and by tomorrow he'll be back to abnormal.
And also,
He was okay till the guy started talking about the Oriental boobs at the Thai restaurant.
Well, he
And
must be
since then, he seems to be a
preoccupied.
little distracted, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not
He's
surprised.
been
Come to
gnawing
think
on
of
his cuddle bone over there.
it, you have to really probe your memory banks to find a large-breasted Oriental.
I don't know of any. I've never seen one.
All right, now listen, that could be a real challenge for the rest of the show. If there's anybody in the audience who's ever known, in a general sense, not necessarily in the family sense, who's ever known a large-breasted Oriental woman we're talking about. I mean, some of those sumo wrestlers are large-breasted, but those are mostly guys, right?
Do we leave phone numbers?
Yeah, you can leave your phone number, and there'll be a little tap at your door about 2 in the morning, okay? If you can handle it, sir. I'm not sure that you're prepared.
Well, I'm not going to brag or anything.
Yeah, but you've been
I stand
around
up to
it.
no man.
Well, I'm tickled to death to hear that. Okay, listen, you have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
1226 at WIOD, and we have an open line in Broward for all you large-breasted Oriental women out there at 524-9463.
See, I think one of the callers threw me, and I haven't recovered yet. It was that guy, and I mentioned, the guy that called up and said, you don't know what you're talking about. There are no large-breasted Oriental women. And like a half hour before that, I had just said, I've never seen a large-breasted Oriental. That's exactly what I said. I couldn't believe that guy told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and then he said exactly what I had said, and it threw me. I don't think I've fully recovered yet.
How about Jamie Lee Curtis?
She's not Oriental, is she?
She might have a little something in her. You know what I'm saying?
Phoebe Cates' grandmother is Chinese, so she's got Oriental.
I was going to say
hair.
she might have a little Chinese in her, but that probably somebody would have misinterpreted that. It's 1227 at WIOD, and we've got Hollywood coming up. Hello.
Hi, Neil?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm Colin Mobile. How you doing?
it sounds like it.
How you doing?
Great.
That last call kind of threw me off about those Chinese women.
Got you to thinking, I'll bet, huh?
I got my bed all made up. I called you a couple of times before, and
A lot going on in this car.
I'm going to be going to work next week. And
Now, what's
I
going
was
on
gonna
inside?
call you.
Sir, what is going on in that car?
I don't know.
What? What happened here? He just fell apart at the seams, and he couldn't handle it.
It was Jovan-esque, wasn't it?
Is that what he said?
No, but I'm saying...
Oh, yeah, it was very similar genre, right? Okay, there's that open line in Broward again, this very same one that we had only moments ago, 524
What
WIOD.
a
He was
line.
mobile, though. That's the incredible part of it.
It sounded
Wasn't
like
he?
in an airplane is what it sounded
Yeah.
like.
He's probably up there on the Spruce Goose. Miami, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yeah,
Happy New Year to you and the bird.
and the same to you, sir. Happy Shavuos.
Nick was real kind to me today. He checked on me twice. while I was
Nick
on the
isn't
line.
here today. That's why everybody's being real kind. Nick isn't here. That's why everybody's getting the golden treatment, okay?
Oh, no wonder. You guys turned over a New Year's resolution?
Nick is a little under the weather today. God is punishing him for what he said about the carpenters yesterday.
Oh, by the way, I know a large Oriental-breasted woman in high school. Matter of fact, name was Hungwell.
Yeah, I knew her brother.
Okay, 1-to-1. So really called you to tell you a story about the old folks. Hello.
Yeah, we're here, sir. Don't panic. Don't get insecure now. We're listening. We're hanging on every word.
I pulled into a left-hand lane to make a left, about the 5th car. And right in front of me, yeah, about 85 years old, that is.
Yeah.
The light, the arrow comes on. 3 cars go by. 10 cars could have gone by. This lady never gets to the intersection. The light's still green now all the way. She stopped before the line. Here we are waiting through a whole light for that next arrow. And the traffic wasn't even coming yet.
I had the same experience yesterday in Lauderhill. I'm at the intersection of 441 and Broward Boulevard, and I'm waiting to make a left turn on the Broward. And the light is green, and there's a woman, a young woman, with her husband, and this is what really killed me, with her husband and 2 little kids in the back. The woman is driving. She's behind the line. The lights are all green, including, the left turn is green.
Yeah, it goes from arrow to green.
Yeah, she won't go. And there's 1 or 2 cars. She won't even get out there a little bit. Now there are no cars coming, okay? And I leaned on that horn, and she looked around in panic, in a cold sweat, and I just leaned on it and she finally went. And needless to say, as we both turned the corner and I zipped by her, I gave her every gesture that's ever been invented. And the thing that bugged me the most is, the husband is sitting right there, okay? And he also had no clue. He had no idea. And it was not an out-of-town plate. It was not a rental car. Just dumb. Dumb.
Well, I had to wait through the whole light.
Yeah,
Then
but that really
I
crossed
the lady.
me.
I says, excuse me, lady, you want an invitation to please move?
Yeah.
Shoot me a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're the bad guy, yeah, because you want her to drive. That makes you the bad guy.
It's so safe to drive. So I just wanted to wish
Oh, and
you
she
a
also
Happy New Year.
had a bumper sticker on it that said, I love safe drivers.
How about the bumper sticker? Am I driving safe? Call such and such number.
Yeah, call 1-800-EAT-THIS, yeah. Okay, have a great day, pal.
You too. Take care.
Okay.
So desperately. And the Lord spoke to me and said, Tammy, as long as those stars still shine in the sky, I'm still God, and I still rule.
Yeah. Okay, it's 106 at WIOD. He said the devil, there's a serpent devil is when it's causing them all these problems.
I saw that.
And was jealous of all of their success and all the wonderful things that they've done. And the devil made him do it. That's why he was down squealing like a pig on all fours. That devil, man, he works a mysterious way, doesn't he? Okay, we got a mobile in West Palm. Hello.
Hi, Bird.
Hello.
Could be a very short call, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Neil, come on. I was just being nice to the bird.
Okay, you can be nice to him. He doesn't deserve it, but go ahead.
I went and saw Rain Man.
Yeah, you don't sound too excited about it.
It was a great movie.
Oh, thank God. We finally got a guy out there who's got an IQ of over 2 and good taste.
That's right. It was great.
Which is why it's not...
Last week I was listening. Somebody called. They said something about Kmart, and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, Kmart sucks.
Yeah.
That's the best,
now.
great line in the movie. Kmart sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for that. Thank you for my tape. I got it.
Great. Well, we really are doing it for you, aren't we? What the hell kind of life would you have without us?
I'll tell you what.
Probably not much.
Now, do you have any complaints at all?
No.
I'll be
Nothing.
Be better.
I'll be damned. Boy, this is what we like, a happy caller. You're our first one of the year, sir.
All right.
Okay, you have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. In fact, if I were he, I'd probably go in the house, lock the door, and not go out again the rest of the year, because why spoil a good thing, you know what I'm saying?
Don't push it.
And whatever you do, don't go see any more movies, because the next one might be garbage, you know? But it is a great movie, and if you're one of those very few... Now, you haven't even seen it yet, right?
Not yet, but...
How can you not have seen it? Come on. He hasn't seen Rain Man yet.
Okay, you want me to tell you why? I do have a reason.
We're listening.
Believe it or not.
I mean, it's only playing at about 40 theaters.
I understand that. I will not go to a movie theater while the kids are out from school. I can't handle all the people. But now that school has gone back in, I feel very confident about sneaking in the afternoon to movies. I've never had a problem.
I know where there's this dollar theater. You can go where all the old farts are.
Yeah.
And they talk out loud during the movie.
That's what I can't handle.
What is he saying, Esther? What is that, about Kmart? What was that? Is that having a sale on Effort Day?
Yeah, so my plan, and I will tell you this, I plan to see it this week, okay?
Oh, and he's sneezing. He doesn't look good today at all. He's sneezing. He's a wreck. He is. He doesn't look good at all. Steve is going to have one hell of a show. I'm telling you. Seriously, that's when we're all at our best, when we feel like crap and we just don't want to be here and we're really surly, and that's when we really do one hell of a show, and it's about time. Okay, it's 1:08. Well, you can't do those Trivial Pursuit shows forever, you know? Now, how about those prizes? I love it because some of the people who got all 6 or whatever it was, and they get to the end and think like they just won the lottery or something, and Steve would say, well, there may or may not be a prize. And they'd say, what?
What? I don't get my Shasta soda? What?
Well, I'll tell you, we got more schnorrers out there per square inch than anywhere in the world in this town. Plantation, hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Joe in Plantation.
How you doing, Joe?
All right.
How's that pothole coming on my street, Joe? You working on it?
No, I do tile.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I just wanted to wish you and the bird a Happy New Year.
And the same to you, Joe.
Thank you, and I'm telling you, you're terrific.
That's for damn sure.
When God made you, he
threw away the
more
mold.
than the
Yeah,
sun.
he threw the mold away. And there are a lot of people very happy about that.
You better believe it. You better believe it. I mean, there are people that get up every morning and wish they were like you. That's true.
Okay, tell me another good one, Joe.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right, listen, it's just a short call. You got a great show, and you're the best.
Okay.
Hey, take care.
What a guy. Thank you, Joe.
bye-bye.
Now,
Wait a minute.
would we call
that was a major league tinkle. That was a herniatic tinkle.
That's what Mike. I was asking, would you call that a good tinkle?
Outstanding.
Okay.
Not just your ordinary. See, my neighbors in Plantation, they know how to tinkle. Some of them in my yard, by the way. It's getting pretty ponderous. North Miami, kind of ponderous. Okay, well, good luck to you, Al.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
He's out there experimenting like crazy. We have an open line in Dade, 751-9463. It's 117 at WIOD, and we got a mobile in Plantation. Hello.
Hi, this is Ron Smoker.
Okay. 117, and that opens up a line in Broward again. Boy, the mobiles today have really been good, haven't they?
Especially the last one.
See, usually you can assume that a mobile call, I would say 99 times out of 100, is going to be fairly useful, okay? Because if somebody is going to spend the 35 cents a minute in
You
a car
would think.
phone,
Well, in
you think that
theory.
it probably, most of the time, in theory, would be a rational call, and he wouldn't, goof around for 35. But I guess it's worth it, if you feel that you're going to be on more than 3 seconds like that call. Okay, it's 1:18. In fact, I think what we ought to do today, any more mobile phones, we'll just leave them on hold the longest. We'll keep putting them to the bottom of the list. I was thinking while we were listening to that, what we ought to do, like Howard, we'd probably be ripping off one of his ideas, and then Alice would get on our case on some other station. But, remember when he had all those guys coming in?
Oh,
He was looking for the biggest guy in New York, or the smallest guy. Yeah.
No, both.
And maybe we could have Oriental women. We would close those blinds over there on that window, and we could have Oriental women come in the studio, and you and Steve, of course, you'd both be emotional. I could be the tiebreaker, because I would be unemotionally involved. I could be more objective.
True.
And we could judge the largest Oriental breasts.
I don't think we'll have any contestants. I just don't believe it. I've been wrong. Been known to been wrong before.
It's just an idea, just something to...
I think it's a great idea.
Something to sink your teeth into and work on, okay, to develop. Okay, let's go back to these exciting calls. It's 1:26 at WIOD. Sunrise, hello.
Hi, Neil. Think you're great, bird. You're great, Neil.
Okay. That Mayor Hoffman there is just getting a little emotional, you know what? Open line in Broward, 524 WIOD. Pompano, hello.
How's it going, Neil?
Okay.
First-time caller. I saw Rain Man this weekend.
Yeah? Don't sound too excited, sir.
Well, I'll tell you, the story was terrific.
But?
And Dustin Hoffman's acting was
terrific. But?
But I seem to hear you talk about how this is like Tom Cruise's best movie. How can he act any differently in this movie, except maybe he yells a little bit more from frustration, than he has in his other movies?
Well, I don't think that... First of all, I disagree with you. I mean, if you're going to compare this to All the Right Moves or some of these other Neanderthal movies that he's been in, I can't agree with you. I think there's
a
lot...
It's a different vehicle, but his acting hasn't improved any.
But
he could never play the part that doesn't
the movie transcends whether, we debate whether Tom Cruise is a great actor or a good actor or a lousy actor. The point is that his acting, in my opinion, doesn't detract from the greatness of the movie, okay?
No, the movie...
In other words, he's not, to put it your way, he's not so pathetic that or lame that he destroys the movie.
He didn't ruin the movie. He didn't ruin the movie. I mean, for the part...
And I disagree with you. I think he does a good job. See, wait a minute. Look, the problem with certain of these kid actors, like, for example, if Robbie Benson were in that movie, they're stereotyped. In other words, once you see them, you automatically assume that they're a certain thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tom Cruise, though.
Huh?
That's the same with Tom
That's
Cruise.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, this character is the same as Top Gun, is the same as...
So you're not going in there and watching it objectively like it's another movie. I don't really have any strong feelings about Tom Cruise one way or the other in any sense. I know that people don't believe that, but he's no big deal to me.
Right.
But, so I don't really care one way or the other. But I didn't look at it like this is Dustin Hoffman and this is Tom Cruise. Right. I just looked at it like, hey, here's a movie, and do I enjoy it or not? And I enjoyed it tremendously. I thought it just blew me away. It was outstanding.
As a matter of fact, the best part I thought was when he realized that Dustin Hoffman was the Rain Man.
Yeah.
To me, that was
right.
It surprised me, too, and then I realized Rain Man.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Also, on WOLD, Rebecca Paul's a guest on there. Want me to ask her anything to you?
Oh, yeah. Ask her how come that wardrobe of hers is getting so big.
She should go on Nutrisystem.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks. And say hi to Bert. Oh, Bert, how you doing?
He says hi. Okay, bye. 129 at WI. Did you get that? He said hi.
Yeah, I got it.
Want to know how you're doing. Mm-hmm. Everything's okay. Open line in Broward, 524 WIOD. Let's go to Eddie in the Mercury. Hello.
Happy New Year, guys.
How are you, Eddie?
Pretty good. Did you ever get my letter? And the picture I sent you?
What happened to those pictures?
I sent them to Don. He was going to forward them.
Yeah, what happened to those pictures? Is Don on the phone?
How you guys doing?
Great.
Just wanted to let you know, I don't know if he's listening. Finally had my little baby girl.
Congratulations, Eddie.
7 pounds, 14 ounces, very healthy. So, Stan, if you're out there, I guess we both made it.
Yeah, Stan's got a little boy and you got a little girl. Maybe something, timing is pretty good there.
We'll wait a few years.
Yeah, wait 5 or 10 years.
So, just call to say hello, wish you a Happy New Year, and give you the news.
Great.
And tell Gail if you see her walking around, I still say she should try dating a married man.